But let me start, man, because running backs. Y'all know my beef with running backs.
Yep.
And especially in the first round, I didn't want the Bills to go anywhere neither Najee or Etienne. And luckily they went before him. Pittsburgh let Connor go, which I guess I will talk about that later. And then the Jaguars got Etienne. I just don't get what Urban Myers was thinking. Right? Was James Robinson not was that not enough to think about, okay, maybe we don't need to draft a first round running back. We have a guy that we undrafted last year that put up some of the best fantasy numbers of the if you had James Robinson, you won your league.
True,
So I
but
just don't get do they think it's a fluke or do they think that Travis Etienne about to be that much better and he about to just come make them a 10 times better than whatever James Robinson was going to do for them?
I don't think that the Travis Etienne was a bad pick per se, as far as the talent is concerned. I think he's just he's more talented than James Robinson. That's a fact.
faster at
Um,
least. I'll
yeah,
say that.
but the he's more of a game changer. And the reality is, James Robinson broke down at the end of the season. So you should never have a shortage of talent on your team, right? People can say the same thing about what's his name from Big Trust. What's his name? Mark Ingram
Mark Ingram.
and Alvin Kamara. Granted, it was difference of where they were picked.
Yes, that's the point, though.
But at the same time, the talent of it is like you can't argue with it, right? A two-back system is tantamount if your name is not Christian McCaffrey or Derrick Henry. But my point is, I think that they could have picked some other players to shore up some things. But at the same time, maybe he knows something about Trevor Lawrence. Maybe he thinks Trevor Lawrence is not as good as he think he is, and he needs more help in the running back position. I'm not sure.
And that is his running back.
Yeah, so maybe that was the thing.
I don't know. I think it's just I guess where they gonna probably try to focus the team is gonna run. I think they're gonna be. I mean, I would assume they're gonna be a running team. You know what I mean? Just they're gonna want to run the ball often. You know, because you're gonna want to feed both those mouths. And I think it's had a lot to do with amount of draft picks they had in because I think they picked them at 25 and then they had 33. And I think if you wanted them in the second round, it's one of those things. You know what I mean? It was like if you wanted him. If this, maybe you shouldn't have wanted them. That's what you're saying. You probably just shouldn't have wanted him at all. But if you wanted him, I think that at 25, because if you believe in the Bills, right there, if you think the Bills was gonna take him, I don't know what they was thinking. You like, all right, we want him. We probably should get him at 33 or a little trade back and get him back then. But at 25, we guaranteeing that we're getting the guy we want. So I'm not necessarily too mad at it, but I understand because James Robinson,
I'm glad they did
he was a dog.
I love
he was a dog.
teams in the AFC.
He was a dog. So I mean,
But even with Pittsburgh, right? Najee Harris, I knew they were going to draft him because he just seemed like a Pittsburgh running back. But they just had Connor, who was also undrafted, who they felt comfortable letting Lev Bell go. And when did Lev Bell get picked?
third round.
I
I think third or fourth, something like that, I believe.
and I'm glad, right? I want running backs to get picked in the first round because I want everybody to get their money. But I just don't understand why teams keep doing it, especially Pittsburgh, who just had running backs that was round 3 or later just ball for them, and they got backups on their team already right now. But whatever. So that's just me, my running back spell. It's been a while since I talked about it, so I appreciate y'all letting me vent.
Check it out. Come and check us out as we think it's